Hello YouTube, this is Black Skull and welcome back to Goth for Guys. And subject we're going to be talking about today is Gothic facial hair. So, as much as I wanted to do videos involving more informational topics uh, such as the music and stuff of that nature, which is really what started the whole subculture, I'm going to put it off just for a while longer because with what little comments these videos receive, the majority of them thus far have been requests for, style tips and whatnot. So we're going to take baby steps into that, but I promise they will happen. Obviously, what's Goth without them? So that was a joke, by the way. So, as the title suggests, this video is going to be about the subject of facial hair and how one would go about styling it, or otherwise shaping it. Now, I'm going to be showing you mine just as a little bit of inspiration, as well as, giving some list of sources as to, other sources of inspiration. And, we'll start from there. So, a lot of my inspiration I get is from all those Hammer horror films with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee and, all the characters that they've played. As well as the older, I hesitate to say cornier, because they hold so much value within the actual movement, but the silent films from the 20s all the way to the 30s, as well as the original 30s films as well, involving all the monsters from Hollywood, like, I guess you could say they were the Universal monsters. Many of the male characters, as well as the Hammer films, all those dudes, they have big sideburns on the sides of their heads. So yeah, I tried to shape them originally, like in my earlier videos. I tried to shape them further down, but whatever. I figured that looked too much like, almost like a Chelsea smile if I were to, let's put a smile on that face. No. But yeah, one of the staple pieces, if of course you choose to use facial hair at all. I mean, I know there's plenty of dudes out there that rock the no hair on the face type look. But yeah, I think there was a joke one time. I tried making this video twice before, but there was a joke I came up with, a bad joke, saying, "Oh, hey, you could rock bare face, but that could mean one of two things: either you have a bare face, or your hair is all over your face like a bear." So there's that. But yeah, I guess the only way that you can go about shaping it would be to carefully shape it. Don't go side to side with your fucking razor. Like, that'll just fillet you, man. Like, believe me, I've been there. But yeah, I don't have any in right now because I'm a lethargic piece of fecal matter, but you can use either facial wax or just cheap hairspray if you want to shape any potential goatee that you want to get. I try to keep mine anywhere between maybe an inch and 2.5 inches, maybe 3 inches at the most. But with lower facial hair specifically, it may end up looking wavier or otherwise thicker than your actual cranial hair. So it's difficult to style at first. It's difficult to shape. There's definitely been some nicks here and there where I've accidentally clipped off the main hairs. But just, I guess if you have longer hair, the best way to, from experience to style it or otherwise keep it at all would be to avoid washing it unless it's absolutely necessary. Because if you're constantly washing it, especially with shampoo, like it's not going to last. It's just going to keep on peeling and flaking away, splitting. So just be careful with it. And don't use a cheap hairspray that's going to feel like you've got Play-Doh hanging from your chin or otherwise your face, because I've been there. Just be careful with what products you put into it. But as of now, I still have yet to try it, but there is facial wax out there that you can get to style it. It's like a gel or whatever. But yeah, I use hairspray on it just because it's cheaper, and I'm lazy like that. But yeah, um, yeah, I guess if you want, you can do the Edgar Allan Poe thing and get like a Hitler pedo looking stash. But I wouldn't advocate that just because of the way it may or may not end up looking. So yeah, there's that. But I guess you could do it any way you want. Honestly, these are just some guidelines. That's really the whole point of these videos, is to just guide you. But as I'm sure I've said before, or not, because I've tried to record this many times before. I mean, it's facial hair, so it's kind of ridiculous how I've tried to record this numerous times already. But it's difficult to put into words, really. But uh, that's really all there is to it. Just do what you feel is natural. Don't limit yourself. I've definitely gone from many facial hairstyles as of before. Like in my earlier videos a year ago, I used to use this V shape for my goatee, but it was far shorter then, and it came up further, almost like a soul patch. But I no longer do that just because I felt it was too simple and too difficult to manage at the same time, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I just feel that this gives me a little bit more of an actual rugged look. And even when I have full makeup on, this is the look for me personally that just looks better when I'm trying to look a little more androgynous, especially if I'm wearing the black lips and whatnot. This just looks all the more androgynous. Pardon the stubble, I guess you could have it with stubble, but it's been a while since I've last shaved, so yeah, that wasn't intentional. But I guess the best advice I could give is experiment with it, grow it out for a while, play with it. If that makes any sense. I don't know if it's the same rate or not, but I know that human hair, specifically on the head, grows half an inch every month. So, yeah, that's what I use for specifically my facial hair down here, as well as the sideburns. So it could take a while before it's actually at a manageable length. Maybe 2 or 3 months at the most. I had to wait a while before I could get my goatee this long, but it it could differ between people based on what you eat or whatever, as well as genetics. But this is the way I do it, and I've already listed my sources. But yeah, it's better to just form your own sources as well, as opposed to just uh, begging for others. But I figured I may as well guide you as best I can in either way. So if you like, please like. Feel free to share your obscure little thoughts in the comments below. Share this video with any Gothic gentleman that may potentially become or otherwise unlock themselves through these videos. Um, Subscribe if you want to see more, or if you haven't already. And as always, thank you so very much for watching, and I love you all.